Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we take whatever artist or band we're doing for the week, we take all their albums, we listen to them, and then we rank them from worst best to best. But before we do that, we do our 6 Degrees with Tom DeLonge, which is always fun. But while we're doing all of this stuff, while we're doing the pod, go to Apple Podcasts, go rate, review, and subscribe to us on there. Follow us on social media at Asinine Radio. We have a phone number you can call, text us, send us a voicemail. The phone number is 503-893-5307. We have a Discord server as well. If you want to join that, hit us up. We'll send you the link. Join it. We're always on there. We always talk. So there you go. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. And let's just jump right into our 6 Degrees with Tom DeLonge. Let's do that. So if you don't know what this is, we somehow connect Tom DeLonge to the artist of the week, and we try to have some fun with it. So here we go. What do you got?
Here we go. Yeah, so the easiest one is Big Boy. Big Boy's first solo album has Yellow Wolf on it as a guest musician.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby boy. Yellow Wolf to Tom. Straight up.
Straight up. Wait, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Give you 2 seconds. That's about it.
Okay, yeah, that was longer than 2 seconds. Whatever.
Well, if you need like a minute, so give me a minute. If you want 2 seconds, so give me 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Just don't. I didn't know what to do. That was the problem.
Yeah, you do. All right, so that was a really easy one, Big Boy. Wait, what was Yellow Wolf on?
What was he on?
Yeah.
He was on Big Boy's first album, Sir Lucius Left Foot.
Oh, he was? Okay, I didn't know that. When did that solo record come out then?
Sir Lucius Left 2010.
Really? First solo record? 2010.
Yeah.
Seems so late.
I have it on the vinyls too, and it's fucking really good.
Oh. It's debatable.
Really, really good. Well, I don't like Big Boy because he's not unique, you know.
Where did you get it from?
Good. From Vinyl Me Please. This was the second one that I got from Vinyl Me Please, and I bought a 3-month subscription because I wanted the People Under the Stairs really bad. I was like, I guess I'll get this one too. And I knew like nothing about his solo stuff, and I listened to it and I was like, holy fuck, this is really good. That's why I kept telling you, like, everything that I get from Vinyl Me Please, hip hop wise, has been really, really good.
I know. That's why I resubscribed. Got another 3 months, baby. And I still have my store credit that I don't know what I'm going to buy. But
Buy the Usher.
No, I'd rather buy that Buck Owens. Which I might have to do. I don't know.
No. I'll find you. Dude, that's a $4 record at most.
There's nothing else on there that I want.
Then just save it. Bank it, kid.
I'm going to. Okay. So what's your other 6 Degree?
Andre 3000, Dre, 3 stacks. He was on Love, Angel, Music, Baby by Gwen Stefani. Mm-hmm. And whenever I hear Gwen, I always revert to her longtime trumpeter, Gabe McNair, because he's like the Josh Freese of trumpets.
Okay.
He's played with everybody, a ton of bands, Green Day, Goldfinger. So those 2 things alone each have their own link to Tom.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so it was an easy one this week, and I didn't have to look too hard, and whatever's
super easy,
super easy, baby.
Easy. Okay, so then we're good with our 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge.
We're good with our 6 Degrees of Tom DeLonge.
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything. You came to the gunfight with nothing. Okay.
With nothing. Been a long week. Been a long week of listening.
Been a long week on the fucking barrel.
It's been quite the week. Quite the week.
Oh boy.
Okay, so they have 7 records? No, they have 6, but we're splitting up Speaker Box and Love Below.
Yes.
Okay, so they have 6 records technically, but yeah, we're doing 7 because it's really 2 completely different records.
Yeah.
So what do you got for number 7 and then your biggest banger? Go.
Love Below. I mean, straight off the bat, for sure, this is the second half of Speaker Box Love Below. This is their double album, 2003. This is the Andre 3000 side. So Speaker Box is Big Boy. The Love Below is Andre 3000. And just like, my God, first of all, the first, like, actually up until Hey Ya, which is the 9th song on the album, I don't like anything. I like nothing. It's just a lot of singing, and I don't think he's a good singer at all. And it's just a lot of stuff that I didn't want to hear. And I don't know why he decided to do this. And I don't get it. I think it's goofy. I think it's silly. I don't know. I really have nothing good to say about this. I really did not like this like at all. But the song Hey Ya and Roses are on this, and I'll go with Roses first because they're both like my bangers from this one. Roses is fantastic. This is the only song on the album that actually features Big Boy. And my God, it needed Big Boy so bad. And you think like, oh, Big Boy's, I'm talking about you specifically. When you think like, Big Boy's, he's the worst member. He's the worst member of Outkast, and Andre's so much better.
And I haven't even said anything yet. I literally have not said anything yet.
It's so funny.
Jesus Christ.
He's the worst member of Outkast. Andre's so much better. Yeah, clear, case in the pudding or whatever the people say. It's not, because this track needed Big Boy so bad, and without him it would have been just trash. Oh. But Hey Ya, I know it's basic, but God, that song is so fucking good. That's my biggest banger is Hey Ya, and everything about that song I think is so fun, is so exciting, and I just don't understand how nothing else on this album translated like Hey Ya did. Like, that's it. And it was surprising and very, very disappointing. And then Rosario Dawson is on one of these tracks, and it was terrible.
Yeah, has she been sung for, or has she done anything else with any other artist? I don't think so, right?
I mean, just because she has a famous dad, I guess she has now.
Wait, who's her dad?
Quincy Jones.
No, that's not Rosario. That's
Oh yeah, you're right. That's the other girl.
Rashida Jones.
Rashida Jones.
Yeah.
Same last name. That would make sense.
This fucking guy.
No, I thought that song was awful.
Yeah. Wait, what song was it? I don't remember the name of the song, but I remember.
It was a song right before Hey Ya.
Was it? Okay.
Because it was like 5 minutes, like 4 or 5 minutes, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? Who is this singing? This is awful. And I looked it up, and Rosario Dawson, like, what are you doing on it? If you can't, Rashida Jones is on it. If you can't do it, don't do it.
That's true.
Go back to Parks and Rec or The Office or whatever you do. I don't know.
You're so dumb. All right, so that was your number 7.
Love Below with Hey Ya.
Okay,
which is fantastic.
So my number 7 was also The Love Below, and I'm very surprised that you put this at the bottom of your list. I thought you were actually going to get really mad at me for having this one so low, but
no.
There you go. Yeah, this album sucks.
It's not good.
It straight up sucks. Yeah, this album sucks. The only 2 good songs, obviously, Hey Ya, fucking absolute banger of a song. But the other one that I liked only because there was no vocals on it was My Favorite Things. It's just kind of like a cool jazz electronic instrumental, and it was a nice like break from just like being numb. Like this record is so boring. It's not good, man. It is not good. And I went into this whole thing thinking like, dude, Andre's gonna be like the best part of it, and dude, this album just fucking flopped. It's not like The Love Below is not. Even Roses, I never really liked that song that much, and even now
Caroline.
Yeah, I just don't care for that. But yeah, Hey Ya and My Favorite Things. Those are the 2 bangers off of this one. And otherwise, yeah, this album is an absolute fucking stinker.
And we both also agree that Hey Ya, the claps literally make that song.
Oh, totally.
Those claps are they're unbeatable claps.
Yeah, it really, it's the cherry on top when it comes to the song. Those claps.
Yeah. Yes.
Just like I said earlier too, the Friends theme song. The song would not be the same without the hand claps. Terrible fucking show. Like one of the worst sitcoms ever. But
I don't like that theme song. I don't. I think it's dumb. I think the claps are dumb.
No, the claps make the song. It's the way she goes. It's the way she goes, boys.
I'm doing it in my head right now and then tapping with my finger the clap part.
All right, so what do you got for number 6?
This was another easy one for me. Idlewild.
Okay.
And I don't want to like bag on this one too much because Idlewild compared to Love Below, Idlewild is so much better.
Yeah.
But it's still not good. And it's not bad. It's not bad. So I bought the DVD. I bought the Idlewild soundtrack movie to this, and then I watched it this week. And it's not a bad thing at all. Mm-hmm. The story's there. It's fine. It's just like I don't want to fucking watch 2 hours of Big Boy and Andre acting. They're not actors. They're decent actors in like a 4-minute music video, and that's what the movie is. The movie is essentially just a long music video. It has great set pieces. It has really cool like dance numbers. The songs are solid when you're watching the movie. But then I listened to the soundtrack after I watched the movie, and I was just kind of thinking like, damn, dude, if I didn't watch the movie, this might be kind of dumb. And I even thought the movie was dumb too. So I can just imagine how much more dumb it would be if I didn't even see the movie. And they specifically said that they wrote this album to not be that. They wrote this album to stand on its own outside of the movie, but it doesn't because it's dumb. And I get like they wanted to do this whole jazzy blues thing to it and incorporate a lot of different things. There's a lot of piano. There's a lot of singing. I just think it's dumb. It just like they should have just stopped after Speaker Box because Speaker Box Love Below is the clear rift. Like it cannot get more clear. It's 2 fucking different albums.
Yeah, I know.
But they placed it onto one CD and it could not be anymore. Just like these guys don't want to do it anymore. They don't have it in them anymore, and that's fine. Like you don't have to keep putting out album after album after album. Mm-hmm. But Idlewild still not a bad album. It's still better than a lot of albums that bands will put out. 6 albums deep. Yeah,
no, you're totally right with that.
So yeah, Idlewild, my six rankings, and I honestly don't have a banger from this one.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, now my number 6 is I don't know how to pronounce it, or it's difficult for me to pronounce this. Southern Playa List, dude. Whatever.
Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. How hard is that?
Okay, I don't know. I just have a hard time with this one. This is their first record, and I thought it was just kind of boring, man. The hooks were just kind of, to me, generic R&B. Obviously, the rapping was really good. Some of the production was good. The songs were good, but nothing really stood out. It's not a bad record at all. Like, not bad at all. But it doesn't have it doesn't really have much replayability for me. I don't think I'd ever go back to this record. But I don't know, man. It just seems, I don't want to say amateur because it's not amateurish, but, and who the fuck am I to say that? But just, I could not get into it. And when I listened, I usually listen to the album of the week first and then I go back and start the discography, but I started the discography with this and I thought, oh my God, dude, what have I got myself into? I was just like so bummed, and I didn't want to listen to AT Aliens because I've never listened to that record, and I was dreading it. I was honestly dreading it, but it gets much better after this, much better. But then it quickly goes downhill. So, yeah, that's my number 6. I don't really have much to say about it. Nothing's memorable to me. I have no banger. I don't have any stinkers. It just sits kind of just in like a dead zone. Like it just doesn't. I don't know anything about it.
That's fine. I mean, that's always hard to like when we do the pod and stuff. Like mediocre stuff is always the hardest to talk about because if something's bad, we can shit on it and have fun. If something's really good, we can gush over it and have fun. But when something's just mediocre, I don't even want to talk about it. It's boring.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I feel about this. So that's my
You're
number
wrong,
6.
but I get it.
This is probably like your number 2 because you're a cuck.
Yeah, it's my number 1. It's the best song. Album.
Okay, you just told me that you were lying because you misspoke. Yeah. So, what do you got for your number 5?
It is Southern Playa. No, I can't say it. Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. Southern Playa.
It's a stupid title. Just say it.
It is silly. I mean, this came out when they were teens, right? They were 18. They were teens. They were young, but like the instrumentation in this is amazing. The samples they used are meaningful. They're catchy in themselves. The two boys use catchy hooks to further drive their message. The production on this is tight, but it never sounds cramped or crowded with samples. And that's something that the East Coast and West Coast, aside from like Dre and Biggie, like that's something that they fall to is using too many samples to where everything sounds cramped. And then these guys aren't afraid to use sample. And when I say these guys, it's not just them, but Organized Noise, everyone they were working with also helped a lot. But they're not afraid to use the samples and then write a song around the sample to like enhance the nuance of the song that they're writing. So they're using live music. They're using live studio or session musicians. They're doing a lot of things that are just kind of not what was going on in the early to mid 90s in the rap world. And like contextually, this album wanders around urban life in the South and the problems that like arise while also giving surprisingly introspective verses from guys who aren't even old enough to fucking drink. This is conscious rap, but it's a little bit different because it's not in any way pretentious. And conscious rap can fall to the pretentious realm very, very easy. There's nothing preachy about here. It's just two kids that are just mentally kind of a little bit older than their peers of the same age. And I think this album is fantastic. I think it's a phenomenal starting point. I wish Idlewild and Love Below just didn't even exist, because if this was their worst album, then like, holy shit, like this band would just be perfect. But yeah, I don't know, man. This dude, and then like just thinking this came out at the same time as some really, really heavy hitters in the hip hop world, like 36 Chambers, Illmatic, Tupac was honing his skills. Like all these records are coming out at this time, and these guys release a record that, in all honesty,
so different.
The production quality in this rivals 36 Chambers. The sound 36 Chambers is pretty shit, but the production quality rivals 36 Chambers. This is unbelievable. This is held up so goddamn well. And I think Nas is one of the top 10 rappers of all time. And that album Illmatic is fantastic. But it has not listened to Illmatic. Oh my god, dude, Illmatic is fucking top tier rap. But it has not aged as well as this album has. And I didn't listen to this album until like very, very recently, like in the past 2 years. And this has aged extremely well. Like 36 Chambers has aged extremely well.
Yeah, that record is phenomenal.
But my god, dude, these guys, like they were fucking nobodies. So my favorite is Get Up, Get Out. It's a conscious rap song, but from the perspective of teens who felt they've wasted enough time being unproductive. Unbelievable. Like, who fucking thinks that at 18? Like, I'm done being unproductive and smoking weed. Let's make something of myself. Like, you don't do that till you're like 25.
It's true.
I don't know.
It's very true.
There's just something really honest about hearing someone rap about like the hood life while wanting to make the life better for themselves and everyone else in it. And that's why I love Kendrick Lamar so much. Kendrick Lamar is very much like that. And Kendrick Lamar draws so much inspiration from Outkast and the way they see the world and the way they want to better themselves and also the world they live in.
Yeah.
Love it. I fucking love this album so much. Actually, all of these albums from now on are at minimum 2.0.
Really? Holy
Absolutely.
Shit.
I think Southern is probably like 2, maybe even like a 2.2.
Damn. Is Idlewild a 2?
No, Idlewild's like a 1.
Okay. All right.
Dude, and then Love Below is like, that's... I'm hard. If it wasn't for Hey Ya, that'd get like a fucking 0. That would get maybe the lowest score I've ever given any album we've ever done. I'm
so glad you agree, because that album sucks so bad.
The first 5 songs are stinker after stinker after stinker. Actually, no, the first, because Hey Ya is a 9th track, so the first 8 songs are stinker after stinker after stinker.
I was absolutely shocked by that. I couldn't believe that record existed. It's so boring.
I thought I had listened to this record, or Idlewild. Not Idlewild, Love Below. I thought I had listened to it before. I've never heard this record because I would have remembered this being so fucking bad.
Oh boy.
Whatever. Southern Playa.
Do you have Southern on vinyl?
I don't, but I got my eyes out.
It's on DMP. It's still on DMP.
Yeah, it's like $35. Why don't you use your credit and buy it for me for Christmas?
Because I don't want to.
Well, that's
how
not
about
nice.
I buy it and then I trade you for something.
Okay, I will trade you something
that
stupid.
Actually that might not be bad. Like, you know, I get this and then I trade like 3 records from you.
Well, because the 3 records you're going to pick are like, I'll trade you your Pinkerton box set, the Toy Page. You're going to pick like fucking $400 in records.
Yeah. I'm not stupid. Come on, man. All right. So that was your number 5?
Yeah,
yes.
5.
So my number 5 is Idlewild. This one, dude, it's just, it's boring, but there's enough like swing and there's enough like, you could tell that they were trying to draw from a lot of different genres, and it was very kind of, I don't want to say campy, but it was cheesy. Like they couldn't perfect one style, so they just kind of did everything, and it was a mishmash of like just that. A kind of big band, and I didn't watch the movie like you did. I couldn't bring myself to spend $4 on it. But
it was $3.99 to rent. No, sorry, it was $2.99 to rent. Or it was an even $4 to buy it used. So I just bought it for an extra $1. I bought it used.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have done that.
I know. Now I have a movie I'm never going to watch again.
Yeah. But this album is long and it's unnecessary. And just, I agree with you on this one. It would be better if it just never happened, because they clearly didn't want to make music together after Stankonia. Like they just didn't want to do it. They wanted to put out solo records, but they were on such a, like, the momentum of the group was so fast and so high at that point, they couldn't split up. So they did the next best thing and put out a double album. And then putting out Idlewild just makes no sense. Makes no fucking sense why they did
no
this.
sense.
It's stupid. The album is forgettable. If I had to pick a song, it might have been Morris Brown, but even then, it's not. Forget it. There's no banger. There's no banger on Idlewild.
Okay, I like it.
Because a lot of it just sounds like the same, and I just don't really care for it. So that's my number 5. So what do you got for number 4?
Number 4, Stankonia.
Okay, all right.
Stankonia. This is heavily influenced by pop music, but like, goddamn, this is so fucking good. This is such a killer album. And it's almost like an actual band here is writing crazy, catchy songs and then rapping sometimes. It's an unbelievable record that's packed full of bangers. It's a little top heavy, and that's why it's number 4, not number 3. As in, like, the top half of the songs are better than the second half. Mm-hmm. It slows down a little bit, just a little bit.
A little bit.
But there are parts of this album that seem like Kanye's taking pages from. And I think like Kanye has taken a lot of things from Outkast. The song We Love These Hoes, that has a serious Kanye vibe to it. The song Red Velvet, that has a serious Timbaland in the shock value era vibe to it. These guys are like again, they're the front runners in keeping with the times. They did it once with ATLians, and they're doing it again, incorporating pop music into like hip hop. And then they're taking it a step further and doing like the EDM and rave music to their songs. And I think that Outkast, up until this point, has stayed true to who they were. The name Outkast, who they are, how they felt about music, how they felt about life. They write songs based off of what they currently like, not based off of the genre they've been pigeonholed into. And that's why Stankonia it won so many awards and it was heralded as so great, is because these guys are hip hoppers that are writing pop music now. But they're not selling out because that's just who Outkast was. That's just that's what they were about. That's what they were about from the start, from the get-go. But I don't know, just a crazy influential album that deserves all of the praise that it gets. But my biggest banger is my favorite Outkast song, and that is So Fresh, So Clean. It's on my drum playlist. That is my favorite fucking Outkast song. Yeah. I fucking love this song so much. Everything about it, I think, is so goddamn cool. I love how smooth it is. I love that on the drums, the little hi-hat to the snare hit. I fucking love this song so much. And then this week, I didn't even know, but I listened to a lot of remixes of this song, Fatboy Slim remix. And then your boy Jonathan Davis did a remix.
No shit, did he really?
It is
I didn't know
awful.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Does he actually sing on it?
No, what? it's just the song, and then he adds just essentially new metal corn guitars to the background.
No way, that's terrible.
It's so fucking bad. I listened to the whole thing though. It was like 5 minutes. I thought it was so funny.
Oh, dude, I want to hear that. I really want to hear that. It sounds terrible.
But let's not forget like B.O.B. right? Bombs Over Baghdad, fucking banger of an Outkast song, absolute banger of a song. God, this album is absolutely fantastic. I have this one on vinyls.
So Fresh, So Clean is really your favorite song?
So clean.
Huh. I can't believe that's a favorite song. Your favorite song from them.
So fresh, so clean. Yeah. So fresh and so clean. Oh my God. I melt.
Oh man, I don't get it. Okay. All right. Okay, so my number 4 is, you ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
AT Aliens.
Ooh, that's not true.
No, I am, like, this is not a joke. It really is my number 4. I do really like this record, but we'll move on from this. But it really is my number 4.
I am very happy that Speaker Box is above AT Aliens, at least.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, that's my number 4. So what do you got for your number 3?
Speaker Box. 3 X's. I just... So, like I mentioned earlier, I got Big Boy's first solo album on Vinyl Me Please, and that's what really like kickstarted my love for Big Boy. And I've always liked Outkast, but I've never like got really, really into him. And I've always just thought like Andre was the better of the two. And then like Sir Lucius Left Foot comes out on his solo album, and I think it's fucking amazing. And I never realized how great he was, I guess. And it's sad. His flow is so smooth and silky, but he can also like elevate his rapping to be different and quirky. Mm-hmm. Whereas Andre is inherently quirky and different, but he's one-dimensional.
Yeah.
He's one-dimensional. He only has that one thing, which is in itself different, but it is a little bit one-dimensional. Whereas Big Boy, lyrically, is most of the time pretty one-dimensional. But I think Big Boy, his ability to showcase his emotion is better and is more nuanced than 3 Stacks. And this album specifically, Speaker Box, has anger, has sadness, has happiness. You can hear all of these different emotions in Big Boy rapping. And I fucking forgot about The Way You Move. The song, The Way You Move.
Dude, that song is a banger, dude.
It's so good.
Oh, it's such a banger.
When that came on, I was driving. I was driving in my car and I had my windows down. I had my glasses on like I was a cool guy. And, I was like, and everything. That song came on and I was like, oh, my God. This was Outkast? What? So I was blown away. It's just a good R&B song. Like, come on. It's unbelievable. But my favorite song from this is Flip Flop Rock. It's got Killer Mike. It's got Jay-Z. And it's just like, God damn, they kill it, dude. Jay-Z has a handful of historic records under his belt already. Outkast has now cemented their place in hip-hop and pop at that. But now they have Killer Mike.
No, seriously, yeah.
And Killer Mike has a record under his belt also. And he's also been on Outkast tracks before. And Big Boy and Killer Mike were on Jay-Z tracks a few years prior to this. But this song just seems more special because this is when Killer Mike is more of himself. Killer Mike's first album is great, but it's not the Killer Mike you know as today. And this song specifically, he sounds more confident in himself. He sounds more confident in his abilities. He just sounds more confident that people are now listening to what he has to say. And it makes for an amazing song because he's with Jay-Z and Outkast. And this newbie coming in, Killer Mike, and throwing down raps. And it's, oh my God, this song is just absolutely phenomenal.
So number 3. All right, so my number 3 is Aquemini. Aquemini. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Yeah.
Aquemini. Yeah. This is the only reason this is above AT Aliens is because I think from a production standpoint, I think it has a lot more dynamics and everything's kind of spaced out a little better in the mix, so it's not as muddled. That was kind of like that was kind of one of the things that I didn't really care for about AT Aliens. Everything was just like, I felt like a wall of sound almost. Like there wasn't, I don't know, I can't even really explain it properly, but this one kind of fixed that issue from it, but it also made the songs more concise. It made the songs more presentable and less of. This is just a great progression from AT-Aliens. I really, really, truly believe that. I think this is a great record. I think Aquemini is a solid record from them. Obviously not their best, but there's some really good stuff here. They took some chances, which they did on AT-Aliens, but I feel like they took more chances on this one than AT-Aliens. And, I mean, we'll get more into AT-Aliens, because I want to compare these two records a lot, but then that'll give away a lot of stuff I want to talk about in AT-Aliens.
Okay.
But they're very similar. Let's just say that. They're very similar, but I feel like Aquemini did it better. It sounds better sonically. The songs are more they're just better crafted songs in the end. So that's why I put this one up here. And I didn't even know this record ever existed. I didn't even know this record existed. I never heard this record before. Mm. I don't think I've ever seen this record covered before.
I think this one did better than AT-Aliens when it came out.
I think it did too, yeah. But I've never ever heard of this one. Biggest banger off this one is Synthesizer. This is the one with George Clinton. Dude, the way his vocals and everything kind of mesh with their rapping on top of it. Oh my God. It's so good. It's so smooth. The song is so good. Synthesizer is just so fucking good. Damn. And you don't like that song?
Speaker Box is top 2.
You don't like Aquemini?
I love Aquemini. That's my number 2.
Okay. Well, let's get into that. I mean, why? But you said it, so why?
There's literally nothing wrong with this one. My only gripe in comparison to AT-Aliens is this one is a little less gritty and more polished overall. And I think it's interesting to see different perspectives from the same album, because we both like this album for the same reason, but then we also I dislike the album for that same reason, is because it is too polished, which for whatever that's fucking worth, that means nothing really. But like, this really is its own thing. It is very different than AT-Aliens. Dre and Big Boy are heavy on their lyrics, but they're still playing like the opposites thing. They come together often to preach the same message, but from 2 points of view. And the sampling, electronic instruments are just fantastic. And then the songs like Rosa Parks, massive banger, huge hit for them. This is incorporating something like country vibes to it. And this is coming from the mid-90s, where it's not just like, hey, let's insert popular music, but this is more of a, let's incorporate some of our own personal music likes. And growing up in the South, like inevitably you're going to get some type of country song or country sound just embedding into your psyche. Yeah, and so already they're pushing the envelope in a very subtle way. And then, like, dude, the art of storytelling. This is my favorite track. It's kind of like 2 tracks, but it's 2 tracks actually. But it's a very cool track, and it has it all. It's got a catchy hook. It's got very unique rapping. It's got scratching, and a second part of the song, slow and dramatic. But right off the bat, the beat is so quick, and the way Big Boy raps is so choppy, and it's something that he didn't really do on AT-Aliens. Mm-hmm. He kind of made it on AT-Aliens more of like a molasses sort of spilling out of your mouth type of flow.
That is his flow. He is smooth. Like he's
fucking very
smoothest of smooth. Yeah.
But he raps so choppy and it's so unique. And the only other person I can compare the way he rapped on this to is Snoop, because Snoop is very choppy in his delivery. But I think that's just a deliberate act of defiance for Snoop, whereas Big Boy, I think it's calculated, because I think Big Boy is a better rapper.
Oh, but for sure.
But then, my God, Dre has a line that is one of my favorites, and he says, like he's talking about what we gonna be when we grow up, and so he's asking somebody. He says, what we gonna be when we grow up? And the person he said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she just said, alive. And I was like, fuck, man, that is so great. That is such a good way, because he's so good at telling stories. Andre 3000 is fantastic at telling stories, even though I say he's one-dimensional, which I think he is, but he is fantastic at telling stories. And to end his story with, when he's telling the story, and he's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And this girl like replies just alive. Like, it's just such a meta response to like so many problems that are encompassing like black youth in the South. Like, just that one fucking word, alive. Who says that? Yeah, it is just, it's unfathomable to most people outside of any kind of ghetto or inner city. I thought it was so great. And the second part of the song gets into this like cool apocalyptic style, and it just berates us on how horrible we are to women and Mother Earth, and making like parallels and comparisons to each other and how we treat both of them like shit. And it's like, dude,
that's kind of a theme on AT Aliens though too.
It's like AT Aliens did address that, but it wasn't as like as aggressive as like Hit 'Em Up from Tupac, where he's straightforward addressing that issue. On this second part, he's straightforward addressing this issue. Like, why do we treat Mother Nature? He specifically says like Mother Nature. We treating nature like our world like shit, just like we treat women like shit. And again, this is still Tupac had just died. Gangster rap is still very much alive.
True.
And they're coming out with this. I don't understand like why it essentially took Stankonia for Outkast to get the recognition they deserved. And then the fucking Spotty Oddie Dopalicious. Oh my dude, fucking dub reggae hip hop. Straight up.
Why don't I remember that song?
Banger. It was so there's a song on AT Aliens that we'll talk about that is very drawn out and dub reggae hip hop, and this is just the Spotty Oddie Dopalicious, man. Just god damn, Aquemini is fantastic.
I really want to go back to this record more because I only had a chance to listen to it once this week, but
it is so good.
I do really want to go back to it. Several of these albums I'm definitely going to go back to. I'm going to get some of them on vinyl as well.
Oh,
so just throwing that out there. So my number two is Speaker Box. This one this blew me away. This is
wow. I'm blown away.
I was shocked. I really enjoyed this record from start to finish. Minus interludes, because interludes are stupid, especially in hip hop. But outside of that, I mean, the songs are just all there. Oh my god, dude. Like we were talking about, Big Boy, he has that flow. He has that smooth flow that most rappers don't have. And even look at a popular song like The Way You Move, he does so many cool different things. He's like da 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 da. Like he has like melodic way of singing, but he also the way he can transition between the two styles is really remarkable. But he does it all within like 2 or 3 lines of a verse. And just the song The Way You Move, that right there, the R&B influence on that, the little guitar part leading the doom 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 doom, and then like that transition into the next part. It's so stupid, but it sounds so fucking good. I mean, I have two banger. I have two 1Bs on this, and one of them is The Way You Move. The other one is Flip Flop Rock.
Oh.
Like you talked about the Killer Mike and Jay-Z song. I mean, you cannot go wrong with a song with these 3 guys on it. I mean, this is hip hop elite. Killer Mike is one of the greatest rappers of all time. I don't care. I'll fucking say it. I'll say it a million times. Killer Mike is one of the greatest rappers of all time, without a doubt. And you throw Jay-Z and Big Boy on it. I mean, obviously it's not a Killer Mike song, but it's a powerhouse of a song, and it's remarkable.
Dude, like Killer Mike is still new to the game, though.
I know,
right? It is crazy. It's like throwing you in to the ring with like 2 veterans, and he steps it up, and he's not the weakest link of the song. Like they're all equally strong, but like
you can't
thrown into the
one
ring
is better than the other
with really 2 of the best, and then you handle your own at such an early part of your career with really like nothing under your belt. It's just it's unreal.
Yeah, I know. I never knew that Killer Mike was on all these Outkast songs. I had no idea. Really had no idea until this week. And then I was listening to Stankonia, and I'm like, wait, that sounds like Killer Mike. What the fuck? And then I looked on Spotify, and sure shit, yeah, it's Killer Mike. I had no idea. No, and it was such a great surprise. I loved it. I was so happy when I found out Killer Mike was on some of these songs. Like a lot of them. Like it wasn't just like one song he did with him. It was like every record every record every record from Stankonia on. It was so cool. I was so stoked. And Speaker Box. It really, really blew me away, especially after hearing my 1B, which is obviously Stankonia.
That's crazy.
Your 1B is AT Aliens.
Yeah. So like just piggybacking off the Speaker Box thing, you should really listen to Big Boy's first album. You'll like it a
I'm
lot.
so interested. I'm very, very interested because
Yes.
I've always liked his flow and I've always liked his songs. I've always loved the way you move. I've really, since that song came out, I've loved it. But I don't know why. I've never wanted to search his other stuff and even listen to Speakerbox. I've never listened to this record. And
It's good.
yeah, it was remarkably good. I was very, very pleasantly surprised by it. So great album. And I would get Speakerbox if it didn't have Love Below.
I know,
I'm
that
totally fine not having that.
sucks. Oh, it's
Yeah.
so irritating.
And then you're gonna have to pay like $60 for the two albums. It's like, dude, I don't want Love Below, man.
I wonder if you can just find on Discog someone selling, you find like just disc 1 or disc 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
just speaker box without Love Below. I'd buy that.
That'd be so nice. That'd be so nice.
God, Love Below is just so trash.
It's trash. Yeah, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay.
Yeah, so my number one's ATLien's album of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And yours is Stankonia.
Stankonia.
Let's hear it.
This was I honestly, I don't think I've ever listened to this record in its entirety. I've always liked Outkast or the songs I've heard, but I've never listened to them extensively, which I'll get more into on the main pod. But yeah, Stankonia, this was really exciting. This was the perfect blend of what they were doing with Aquemini, like with the kind of the conscious hip hop, but then they were throwing like a lot of harder stuff in there, like a little bit faster, just harder edge stuff. But then they perfectly incorporated or sprinkled the pop music in there, because it's not an overuse of pop music like the Love Below was, and even parts of Speakerbox. Like this is like a great combination of it all, just enough of them all but to not be overbearing. This record front to back, dude, it's fucking good. It's so good. So my favorite Outkast song is on this record, and that's B.O.B. Like, you're a silly boy if you think that there's a song better than B.O.B.
There is. It's so fresh, so clean.
No,
Come
it's
on.
not. No. Okay, so let's talk about B.O.B. real quick. So it starts out with the chimes, like that really high pitched chimes, whatever, and then it's the whisper, the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yeah, and then you get the yeah, and it just fucking explodes into this craziness of a hip hop song you've never heard before, and the electronic drums that they're using, like the 808 or whatever drum machine they're using, they're trying to play the drum machine like a real drum, like a real set of drums, and I love it. I love the effort. Like at points it sounds really cheesy, but it's like, dude, this gives it so much more character, and the chorus is beyond catchy. Not just like the chorus like gospel part, but also Andre's part too is very, very catchy. It's unbelievable. And then you get the whole solo with the scratching, you get the guitar solo, you get it all. And then you get the gospel singers. The song literally has everything. Everything you want from Outkast is in the song.
I do think that after the intro, when Andre comes in, that's one of his most powerful intros to a verse that he's ever done.
It's unbelievable.
If
It's
not like
fucking
the most
unbelievable.
powerful.
It's one of the most exciting things ever to come out of hip hop. Just that first
Whoa, damn, Gina.
dude. No, but think about it. No, really think about it. You have the happy little 2 seconds of chimes, and then the whispering. You don't know what to expect, and then the yell of the yeah, and then it's just pure energy from there, pure fucking energy. It's unbelievable. That song is truly unbelievable. I could listen to it.
It's a good song. It's a fantastic album.
I've named one hip hop song that sounds like this. You can't do it. It's impossible. There's not one.
Because
that sounds like this.
Honestly, not many hip hoppers are adventurous enough to delve into the pop realm and really embrace like a different sound that could categorize them out of hip hop.
Yeah,
That's what
they
makes
did it
Outkast
perfectly.
so legendary.
And that's what makes this song so legendary too.
I fucking love Stankonia. I think Stankonia is absolutely fantastic.
But B.O.B.
B.O.B.'s good. I love
Come on,
B.O.B.
man.
It's so fucking good.
Without a doubt, dude, it's their
So
best song.
friggin' good.
And if I'm gonna, because it's unfair that B.O.B. is my biggest banger because it is their best song without a doubt. But another big banger is Snappin' and Trappin'.
Snapping and
Killer
trapping,
Mike.
baby.
Killer Mike.
Yeah.
Another great Killer Mike track. Come on. You cannot fuck with a Killer Mike track. You're more likely than not gonna get better than a Killer Mike track. It's the way she goes. The way she goes.
I mean, there's a lot of really good. There's Gangsta Boo from 3-6 Mafia's on Stankonia. There's a lot of really cool
really
guest
stuff.
vocalists on Stankonia. Oh, your boy too is on there from Cypress Hill.
Yeah, I know.
Be Real.
I was so when I saw that pop up in my car, I was like, oh my god, I saw BRE and I'm like, dude, Be Real, no. I was kind of dreading it, but he wasn't nearly as annoying as I thought he was going to be.
No,
So
he's very subdued.
very, very subdued, not nearly as high pitched and annoying. So I was happy about that. So thank you, Outkast, for making Be Real tolerable for once.
Oh, he's always tolerable. That's fine.
Oh, debatable. Actually, not debatable because he's not. So that's my number one, Stankonia.
Okay. Stankonia. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So yeah, stay tuned for the main episode because we're getting into ATLians from the band or group. And thank you all for listening. Go to Apple Podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe to us on there. Follow us on social media at Asinine Radio. Thank you all for listening. And that's it. That's all.